Oh, my microphone. Testing. Yeah, we got this. Right? Yeah. Got lights. We got sound now. We got some action going on. Going to be talking about narcissist, narcissism, NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Something that's prevalent in the world, a type of psychology, a type of mental health issue. And it's prevalent in relationships, prevalent in conversations. This is out there, this frequency, okay, this energy, a negative energy, a vampiric energy. And so this is something that we are mindful of or not, because as a person going through a spiritual awakening, this is one of the things that you want to transmute in your life. Get it out of your life. And maybe it's the person who's paying all the bills. You still get this out of your life. You will arrange your life to work without this person. It's a commitment to your spiritual journey. It's a commitment to your integrity in the inner Christos, in your, and this is something that is one of the many things besides doing ego work and shadow work. So I want to make sure everything's going smoothly here. Looks like we got some members in the house. my Starseed homies, Indigo, Vato Locos. Thank you for being here, coming here regularly. Some of you come here regularly. We got some new people too, and we're always welcoming more people. We're trying to get this shield bigger, this energy bigger, this group conscious mind, like mind expanding. Bring in more code, holy ones. Bring in that higher self to this self, 3D self, so you can benefit from that code, that understanding, that realization. And when you're standing in your Christos, you're going to have no narcissist in your life. So thank you guys for being here. As we start this broadcast, this live transmission of spirit, Machiwa, holy ones, I love you unconditionally. Looks like I could bring this in closer. And you might as well wait. Let me grab my charcoal. It's right there. I can see it. Woohoo! Party time! We got this. We got this going on, holy ones. This is we talk about some of the things that could be hampering your spiritual journey. Like fallen angels hamper your journey. Narcissists hamper your spiritual journey. Is that what you want, right? So we have to have commitment to that. We need to have discernment with who we're spending a lot of our time with. So, this is something that psychology talks about, right? But they're not going to understand the underlying spiritual frequencies regarding this type of consciousness. And so let me say hello to everybody as we start this live. Kevin, greetings to you, Holy One. UTD in the house. Thank you for being a member. Bless you, Holy One. We got my Oliver's Twisted. Welcome, Holy One. I was wondering if there was a way I could actually hear my son or channel him. Well, we actually are against channeling in this teachings. So this is something that is a healing aspect on your end. And so of like release or letting go, I know people are tempted to go into some type of ceremony or play with a Ouija board or, to get contact with this. So my only advice would be to, within your own self, heal that. And your son has moved on. Bless your son. It was his timing. His soul returned him back to self. And so this is something that is your son's journey. And your journey is now a path without your son. So this is something that you focus on forward instead of the past. So I know that's probably not the answer you want. You want to talk to your son. That is something that we don't actually look for, okay? Because it's not a mourning or a sadness or depression, excuse me. It's more of a celebration, a joy. This person has moved out of their suffering, physical, emotional, mental, karmic patterns has gone out of the body. And is it fantastic to be out of this limited, distorted, suffering body? So in that regard, your son is free of that in this life. And so your son will have a new opportunity, because we talk about reincarnation. It's not game over. Okay? Because I know even in religion, people think you're going to heaven and that's it. It's not so. Okay? Life doesn't stop. Because we talk about the multidimensional reality. Your son still has to go through the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, and sixth dimension, the seventh dimension, the eighth dimension. Your son is not done. You're not done. So bless you. Thank you for the question. And I'm sure a lot of people have to deal with that. But we're not into channeling. We're against channeling because channeling is inviting. It's inviting other consciousness into your light body. We don't want nothing in our auric field. Okay, we want it outside here. You can come here and talk to me, but don't be coming on in. But that's what channeling does. You're inviting it in. It's the same with the magical Wicca witchcraft stuff. They're using invocation to bring spirits into their light field, light body. We don't do that. This is risky. It is dangerous. So I can't give you advice on channeling. Bless you, sister, and your healing journey. Much you will. Excuse me. Celine, greetings, sister. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Thank you for watching our backs. Thank you for being a moderator. So just so you guys know, we have Celine, Indigo Wizard. They're our moderators to help keep our chat clear of any type of trolls. And actually, I want to say that you guys can disagree with whatever I'm saying tonight. You can voice it in chat. Just be respectful. That's all. Because there's plenty of people who aren't. I mean, we don't have a problem. That's not what I meant. But every now and then we will have a troll, and so they don't care about anything but themselves and making a disruption. So, but we do have moderators in case that happens. Thank you, Celine, for being here, sister. Hello, Annette. Hello to everyone. Good to have you. Sean Smolin in the house. Brett Man, another 6-month plus member. Thank you for supporting this work, Brett. Many blessings. Eddie family, thank you for being a member. Blessings, Holy Ones. Jackie Jackstar, hello family. It's been a while, but struggling with this today. So you see, you guys, that's a confirmation that narcissism is prevalent in today's world. And so we want to free ourselves, heal ourselves from that. And so that's what tonight will be about. Hopefully you will find some answers and solutions. So thank you for being here, Holy One. It is a struggle. Bless you, sister. And Indigo, Vato Loco, hit that like button your way in. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. And thank you to all your suggestions and leads. And when there's more people, I want to make an announcement about next Tuesday's live. So don't remind me about the announcement if I forget, Celine or Indigo. Free White Dove, Machiwa Holy Ones. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Angela Crabtree. I'm new to your channel. Glad to be here. Glad to have you, Angela. Blessings. Free White. Daniel. We just mentioned channeling. And so now the other person was talking about in regards to someone else. But Daniel, you yourself, well, we call channel, if you want to channel something, channel your own higher self. And so while you may have been already seeking ideas from the New Age, because that's what's out there, they're going to teach you how to channel spirits. And so we talk about channeling your own self, but we don't use the word channel because it's telepathy. It's within your own body, your own Templar, your own light body. That's what I meant by body, light body. It's within your own energies. It's your own family of consciousness. How you do that is you activate your Templar. That's what the Guardians call chakras, or what most people call them, but the Guardians call them Templar. So we have, in the human body, we have 12 Templar, 12 chakras. That is your keys to connecting, channeling your past life. You want to know your past life? Your own soul will tell you. Now, the soul is a distortion in religion. It's something that you possess or possesses you, or it's in your body somewhere. It's a distortion. It's a consciousness, yes, but it is a higher consciousness than where we are currently stationed in the 3D. Your soul is in the 4D, 5D, or 6D. That's the spectrum of the soul level. While the Earth system is the spectrum of dimensions 1, 2, and 3. This is 3, and then 2, and then 1. So you want to go beyond into the 4th chakra, the green ray. Work on developing your green ray, your blue chakra, the throat, and work on your indigo, third eye chakra, which is the light spectra of indigo. That's why it's called indigo. And so green, blue, indigo, green, blue, indigo, indigo, blue, green. Work on these 3 chakra and you will get access to your past life. You will read your own personal Akashic records. It will feed. It will come to you as a memory. You start to remember past lives by activating these chakra. Machiwa, hold on. And for future reference, you guys, when you want to ask a question, please tag me. Because when you tag me, it creates a highlight so I can see it easier. Otherwise, I might not see it. Kuzra in the house. Hope everyone is well. Blessings, Holy One. Annette. Connor Science Bowen. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Just making sure, right? Fog Mellow in the house is a member. Welcome, Fog Mellow. Thank you, Holy One. Samurai Soul Productions. Greetings to you, Holy One. Blessings, Indigo Jamie. Robin Kirk in the house. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Christos Avatar. Hope everyone well. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you very much. Ascended Scion 528 in the house. Karen Steele in the house. Let me get this. Got some white copal. And so, yeah, there's enough people, so I'll make my announcement. On Tuesday, you guys, which is the next live, 3 days from now, I want to do Zoom call meetings. So basically, it's the same. We're gonna do it live, but we're gonna use the Zoom app. I'm gonna use the Zoom app so I can invite anyone who wants to talk about their spiritual journey. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I want to keep it less than 10 minutes for each person because there's going to probably be a line of people wanting to talk about their spiritual awakening. Basically, it's about your spiritual awakening, how you went through your spiritual awakening, how it's going, even talk about your bumps, your ups and your downs, some of your blocks, how you overcame some of those blocks. Basically, just talk about your spiritual journey. And so I will give you a link. I will coordinate through Indigo Wizard and Celine, and those who want to do it, even during the live, you can private message them. I guess if you can private message on YouTube, I don't know how you do that, but you don't have to do a private message. Just say, hey, Celine, I want to do the Zoom meeting, and they will give you the link. If they feel that you're, maybe they might want to ask you a couple questions, as long as there's no trolls. If there's a troll in a Zoom meeting, we just silence your microphone and remove you from the Zoom. Okay, so, but mostly, I think we should choose people we know. I mean, for the first Zoom meeting. For the first Zoom meeting, we're going to choose people that are regulars here. And so, if you guys want to be part of that, let us know before Tuesday. Write me a message, write Celine or Indigo Wizard a message, or just wait till Tuesday and ask while we're doing it. I think it'll be very unique. I've never done that before, so we'll see how that goes. Thank you. Because we've talked about it, but now we're ready to actually do it. Putting some copal, putting some benzoin, and we're going to put some gold copal. And finally, well, not finally, but frankincense. Gotta have frankincense, right? Especially when you're dealing with the narcissist. Finally, some amber. So I have this little jar of amber, so. And tonight I have a bunch of notes, so you'll see me reading from my notes to ask some of the different, you would say signs or traits of a narcissist, so that you can check, well, this person has that trait and that trait and that trait, well, this person's a narcissist. A chihuahua. A narcissist, let's say what they are at first. They're not living in Christ consciousness. A narcissist, NPD, is not, narcissistic personality disorder, is not living in unity. Okay? They're not in service to others. They're definitely service to themselves. So, basically, individuals who have narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, believe they are superior and unique compared to others. What do we say about unity? That is not unity, right? Saying that, thinking they're better. It's just like the fallen angels think they're better, or some egotist or some racist think they're better than someone else for whatever reason. That is your first red flag. We're talking about the red flags that you may be with a narcissist. Signs you could be dating someone with NPD include the fact that they have very few or no friends. Well, I wonder why. Lack of empathy. You know how when you start dating someone, you want to talk about their family, their friends, but they don't have any friends? Red flag. It doesn't mean, some people like to just be alone, but this is just one of several other red flags that you could add, right? They have lack of empathy. Okay, you can feel that right away when someone doesn't have that emotional care or kindness or consideration. Okay? Or they often are gaslighting you. Praising you, making you feel put on a pedestal. I mean, usually you do some sort of that normally in dating, but this is one of the red flags that you will see that it's actually a setup. They're setting you up. They're putting you up so they can, and we'll talk about some of the tactics. When someone posts too many selfies or on their social media or talks about themselves constantly during a first date, you might call them a narcissist. But a true narcissist has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. That's what an actual narcissist is. Individuals with this NPD believe themselves superior to others and expect to be recognized and treated as such. So we could say the Anunnaki are narcissists. Okay? And this trait is usually similar to a psychopath. A lot of the same traits of a narcissist are the same traits of a psychopath. And so we can definitely say the fallen angelics and these negative reptilians, for example, are narcissists. You don't have to just be a human to be a narcissist. It's a frequency. It's a consciousness. So even though psychology calls it NPD, we understand it's a type of creed. They're into the fear, guilt, shame creed. We're into the love, joy, everyone's equal creed. Machiwa, not superior, not inferior either, equal. So you definitely can feel when you're not being, treated equally. Usually these people who are in your life that could be a narcissist are a grandiose sense of self-importance. Okay? Of course you can feel important or you think you're doing important work, but this is a grandiose sense of self-importance. It's a preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Like as soon as I saw that, I saw Austin Powers, that the bad guy in Austin Powers. Someone who thinks they're all this larger than life stuff and think that everyone else is inferior to their status or whatever. They believe they're special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions. Hello, elitism. I am one of the elite. I am better than you, so you should listen to me. Yes? Okay, this association with the higher prestige. Do you know anyone in your life like this? Who talks like this? Who treats you like this? Okay? And you guys, honestly, in this shield, in this frequency of the inner Christos, we don't judge you. Whatever your situation is, we're not judging you. We're supporting you, and we want to talk about these. If you talk about it, it's part of your healing. So please talk about some of the circumstances in your life, and our loving crew here in the chat will offer lots of positive ideas and suggestions. No judgment. We're not supposed to have judgment. This is another reason why we have moderators. We want to treat each other lovingly in this group. And narcissists have a need for excessive admiration. They want to be admired. They want to be, all the attention. It's a vampirism. Take your admiration, constant admiration. Keep on admiring me. You're not admiring me enough. Admire me, or I'm gone. Okay, goodbye. Machiwa. Narcissists have a sense of entitlement. You know anyone who feels entitled? That's part of that elite club. I'm VIP, baby. I need all the advantages. I am, important. Entitle me. Personally exploitive behavior. They're going to try to exploit you. This is one of the reasons why they're gaslighting you. Obviously, they have a lack of empathy. They envy of others, or a belief that others are envious of them. You notice these are all negative traits. Just like religion is negative traits. What's going on? Demonstration of arrogant and haughty behaviors or attitudes. Red flags, arrogance, red flag. Okay? These are things that you can recognize and see, yes, this person is vampiric. This person is feeding off of me and those around them. Okay? We love all beings. We love narcissists, but we don't like them. We're not going to hang out with them. We're going to keep them out of our relationships. You keep narcissists out of your conversations. Okay? They get good at what they're doing. And they brag about how good they are. You see what I'm saying? Oh, they're going to keep on thinking of you as inferior or lesser and exploit it. So it's a feeding. When you get into that state that they want you to be in, it's like loosh, machiwa, holy ones. What it boils down to is selfishness. These narcissistic people are me. They're very selfish at the expense of others. Plus the inability to consider others' feelings at all. So this is where the lack of empathy is. So an empathic person cares about other people around them. A narcissist doesn't give a shit. Excuse my language, they don't care. They care about themselves. They don't care about you. But they're going to pretend they care about you. Machiwa. And like most mental health or personality disorders, there are varying degrees of narcissism and the severity of it. It's a spectrum. So you can get a really hardcore narcissist or someone who's kind of breezing the narcissism. They can also show aggression. A person's aggression typically indicates the severity of this disorder, how aggressive they are. And then you see how big of a narcissist you're dealing with. Machiwa, holy ones. So we're going to go through some of the traits. And one of the first one is they're charming at first. At first they're, agreeable, and they're usually a charming person attracts attention, attracts interest. They attract people to like them. Okay? And it's a tactic. They want to be charming. Okay? So people who have MPD gravitate towards grandiosity and fantasy. Your relationship might have felt like a fairy tale at first. They set you up. They suckered you, made you feel like you were a princess or a prince, whatever, right? Because, of course, it's male or female narcissists. Maybe they complimented you constantly, as we told you earlier, or told you they loved you within the first month. Because usually that's a red flag. How can you love someone in the first month? Some people say love at first sight. How can you love someone at first sight? What is that love really? Is that really love? What's it based on if it's just on their beautiful appearance? You're attracted to them. That is not love. Do you know what is love? In these teachings, okay, we talk about unconditional love. We talk about omni-love. They don't need to have certain things to us to love them. Okay, but a lot of people are in nowadays modern relationships. It's based on something that they have or do or like this. Narcissists think they deserve to be with other people who are special, and that special people are the ones who can appreciate them fully. So if you're not appreciating a narcissist, they're probably going to not like that too much. I mean, we all like have this desire to be loved or to be lusted for. But, you know, if they're so early on in a relationship already wanting it so quickly, it's usually a red flag. They hog the conversation, talking about how great they are. You guys, I won't even finish the conversation. I will be gone when they're talking about how great they are and hogging the conversation, you know, not listening. Just talk. Are you going to stop talking so I can talk maybe? No, still talking. And talking about how great they are. What kind of date, ladies or guys, if they just sit there and just talk about themselves, are you really interested? Okay? Usually people want some type of break where they're going to talk. If it's a one-sided conversation, if they're hogging the whole conversation, you lose interest. You don't want to really continue this conversation. It's not fun, right? At all. It's a turnoff for some people like me. I'm turned off by someone who's doing that. I'm gone. I don't care about this conversation anymore. Machiwa. Frey, thank you, Holy One. Much respect for supporting this work. Thank you, sister. And she made a comment. You think some of this darkness traits can be found in Indigo Type 3? For sure. Most definitely, sister. And so she brought up an important topic. And thank you for the support, Frey. Blessings to you, sister. Now, on Indigo Type 3, there's 3 types of indigos. The Indigo Type 3 is the one that is a host matrix. There's different types of host matrix, but the Indigo child is a unique one. They agreed to, and so did the Nephilim. They agreed to have a Nephilim Anunnaki soul essence with them during this incarnation. It's an arrangement, agreed upon arrangement. So the Nephilim can adjust its consciousness and develop its 12 strand of DNA because they're stuck at 11 at a fallen angelic Templar. They want to fix their Templar, and they can't do that without the assistance of someone who already has the 12th strand, such as a Guardian, such as an Indigo. An Indigo has the 12th strand, so it can help a being who doesn't have a 12th strand become a 12th strand. So an Indigo Type 3, because the other 2 don't do this, an Indigo Type 3 does this. They have so thank you for those hearts, Holy Ones, whoever is doing that. They agree to have a soul essence of a Nephilim Anunnaki, which is a fallen angel, a negative being who is all into horrible, disgusting, distorted, dark shit. But they don't want to go on that journey anymore, so this is why they agreed to this. But the Indigo child in its life is going to be having some negative traits. Not because of its own Orifeme soul essence, but because of this Nephilim, fallen angelic soul essence. So it's 2 soul essences in one. So this is why, partially, this Indigo could behave narcissistically because of the Anunnaki Nephilim traits. That this is a healing intervention type of thing. You're trying to change that behavior within this life. If you identify yourself as an Indigo Type 3, it's not you necessarily being the narcissist, but it is now part of this arrangement. It is part of your life. You're responsible for that. And so, but yes, it can be exactly what you said, Holy One. So that is the joy of being an Indigo Type 3. Trauma responses, Jeffrey says, trauma responses definitely can involve narcissism. The narcissism is the coping mechanism for their pain and fear. Thank you for that, Jeffrey. Yeah, you want to use your shield like Celine suggested. We talk about the Maharic seal, the Maharic shield. You want that in place, you guys. This is for not just narcissists, though. It's for all kinds of negative energies that want to get into your lower fields. Because we're talking about the Maharic seal is the 12th shield. The 12th frequency. So anything below that, it's going to protect. It's meant to protect. This is why you want to have a strong Maharic seal. So it is done with practice and training daily. I do it every day. I try to. Sometimes I might miss a day, but for mostly I'm working on that every day. And quite frankly, it can get to a point where it stays up for longer periods of time. Because remember, we're still within the grids of planet Earth that are reverting it back to its distorted state. So we got to change it back by keep on repeating the pattern. Machiwa. Yeah, Jackie Starcer, it is like living with two people. It is two people. So, and so this is something that we learn coping mechanisms. So, because there's not much support. In this world, there's no support for indigos. They actually want to send you to a shrink. A shrink is not going to help you. They're going to make it your whole situation worse. Plus, they're going to try to put you on pharmaceuticals, like Ritalin. They want you in la la land and spaced out, where you're not in control of your self. Okay, mommy, why am I seeing outer space? It's good for you, Johnny, Mary, Sue. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So there's an attack on indigo children, so there's a reason for that. They don't want indigo children awakening, because there's a lot of sleeping indigos. And even indigos need to first wake up before they activate themselves, because they're just sleeping, mostly because they're probably parents and the people they're around are not awakened, so they're not sparked. They're not activated until some circumstance activates them. Machiwa. Jennifer, you said it. Churches don't help either. Narcissism. I can't think of many things that churches actually do help with. Actually. So, let's continue on here. And this is another thing to keep in mind. Narcissists often exaggerate their accomplishments and embellish their talents. They're basically lying in these stories to gain adoration from others. Remember, gaslighting, it's a tactic. So sometimes they fall short of their own ideals, and so they've got to embellish some talents here and there, exaggerate some accomplishments here and there. You know? So, remember, they lack empathy, so they don't care about lying. They're also too busy talking about themselves to listen to you. That's what we just mentioned earlier. They're too busy talking and not listening. First, your partner won't stop talking about themselves, and second, your partner won't engage in conversation about you. Doesn't that make you feel like crap? I mean, you want to say something and talk about, maybe you would like it if this person was interested enough to, have a conversation about you and ask questions about you instead of sitting there talking about themselves. It gets old after a while. I don't know how many people could be actually falling for that or like that or not get tired of that. They feed off your compliments. You're complimenting them, right? Well, every compliment is they're feeding off of. Narcissists may seem super self-confident, okay, but most people with NPD lack self-esteem and require excessive attention and admiration. You see, this is a sign that there's a lack. They have a lack, so they need compliments. They need a lot of praise. And if you're not giving it to them, they'll fish for it. That's why they're constantly looking at you to tell them how great they are. They need that. Is that what your boyfriend, girlfriend needs? Do they constantly need that? Do you see it as a pattern? There's a red flag. You're dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists use other people. People who are typically highly empathic, usually that's their target because they have a lot of frequency, a lot of energy that supplies them their sense of self-worth and make them feel powerful. People, remember I've told you guys before that light workers, light people following, are expanding their consciousness, that they are usually targeted because that's a lot of food. People who, like narcissists, want to feed off of your pool of frequency. They see your light, they want that. They want to feed off your light. So they will choose empathic people. And there's actually something called dark empaths who specialize in that, who focus on that, working with empaths. So that's why they choose highly empathic people. But because of their low self-esteem, their egos can be slightly, very easily, which increases their need for compliments. The main difference between folks who are confident and those with NPD is that narcissists need others to lift them up and lift themselves up only, but putting others down. So if you see that happening, if they're putting other people down and they want to be constantly put up, you guys, how is this person even helping you in your life? Right? How do you see it as yourself as actually being happy under those circumstances? Because narcissists may punish everyone around them for their lack of self-confidence. I mean, do you really want to deal with this immature spirit, right? They lack empathy or the ability to feel how another person is feeling. It's one of the hallmark characteristics of NPD. People with this narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, and are often unable to apologize. They do something messed up and you'll never see them saying, I'm sorry, and understand the feelings and perspectives of others, right? So narcissists lack the skill to make you feel seen, validating, understood, or accepted because they don't grasp the concepts of feelings. They don't know what feelings are. They lack empathy. So our feelings, they don't care about. They don't notice feelings and they're not going to have feelings. So don't be surprised with your narcissist if they're not having some feeling. They lack it. It's kind of like a fallen angel. They lack any type of empathy. They don't care about what they do. They're not trying to care about your feelings. They don't have any themselves. So what do you expect from someone like that, right? Does your partner care when you have a bad day at work? Fight with your best friend? Or scuffle with your parents? Does your narcissist care? Or do they get bored when you express what makes you mad and sad? I mean, when you're in a relationship, you're having problems, any type of dramas, you want to share that with your partner. But if your narcissist partner doesn't have any feelings, they don't care about what you're feeling and what's troubling you. Remember, in a narcissist, it's all about them. So who cares about your day? Right? That's what they are. That's what they're about. So Jeffrey said it. They soak all the energy up, so are very, very vampiric. It's a spectrum, like you said. And you guys, this is where it's coming from. It says a lot about their soul essence. Most Christic people or starseeds or indigos, they have a natural caring, empathy, feelings. And usually healthy. But people who are lacking feelings, lacking caring, that's one of the attitudes of mastery. So this is why we have it naturally. We're supposed to practice that. But this narcissist is not practicing it. So no wonder, right? You're going to see this trait. Well, Frey, it could be a lack of awareness too. A lack of awareness and also just genuinely not having it, right? What do you mean, Jeffrey, what do you mean by soul loss? You can't lose your soul. So can you please rephrase your question so I know what you're asking? Thank you. It's been tough. Much gratitude for being more aware of within and without. Yeah, it's tough, you guys. It could be people you care about. And think about it. It's not just limited. A narcissism is not just limited to your partners. You can experience narcissism in your own family. Some of your family members, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousins, people you meet at your next holiday get-together. Okay, because most narcissists you can put boundaries on, but your own family, who you want to see with other family who are not narcissists, you got to deal with this narcissist family member. Or just people like narcissists at your job, a narcissist boss. You want to keep your job, but you don't want to deal with this a-hole, right? So, yeah, in most circumstances, you're able to just transmute the narcissist out of your life. But certain circumstances, when they're involved with other groups that you care about, you might have to deal with some of that. But you will have the ability, when you learn about narcissists, you have the ability to not let it affect you. Because you'll know their tactics. You know what's driving them. Okay, you'll be more familiar with their traits and their strategies. And honestly, it's like you said, they're not aware of it themselves. It's like the Anunnaki or any fallen angel examples. They don't remember that they're connected to God. They don't remember that we're all connected. They're not aware of it. That's cut off from them. It's literally cut off from the Christos, from Christ. They're cut off at the 11th strand. They're cut off from life force frequencies. I switched to the topic of fallen angels, okay? So this is why they're literally unaware, because they're cut off from that awareness. But one of the interesting things is you learn from this channel, Christos Avatar, we're based on these teachings, the Inner Emerald Order teachings, also called the Inner Christos Law of One. We talk about an important concept called hybrids. That means they're part human and part something else who live on Earth. It's a fallen angelic soul essence in one of these human hybrid bodies. So they're not human, but they're now living amongst humans, so now they're dealing with humans. But their soul essence could go either way, because now they're in the human DNA, partially. They're in partial DNA of human. So let's say an Anunnaki human hybrid is going to have fallen angelic, narcissist, psychopathic type of traits. Now, let me say right off the bat, just because someone's a narcissist doesn't mean they're a hybrid, doesn't mean they're a fallen angel. It just means that they're stuck in this type of consciousness right now, where it's going to lead them in their life. Maybe some individuals can heal themselves out of narcissism. But if it's a soul thing, right? If it's an alignment of your soul, the healing is kind of probably be challenging, right? So So anyways, this is interesting because a lot of us are affected by narcissists in one form or another, in one part of your life or another type of life. You might have had dealt with narcissism. And quite frankly, maybe some times in your life you've been narcissistic. Okay, so once again, it's not always a soul issue. It just gets entangled within our society, or maybe you get treated so much by a narcissist, now you start becoming a narcissist to others. Kind of like you were abused by your mother or father, and now you're going to abuse people in your life. You know, it could be a repeated pattern in that regard. So it doesn't mean they're damned. It doesn't mean they can't change. Okay, this is why we still love narcissists. We love all beings. Omni Christos love, baby. What's up? But we understand there is an issue. And so maybe think about this, you guys. If you're a starseed indigo, if you're an awakening person, maybe you're meant to deal with a narcissist to help teach this person to heal themselves. Remember, we don't heal others. We facilitate their healing by helping them heal themselves. That's even in Kathara. And so, yeah, you guys, remember, if we're calling ourselves a light worker, maybe in your certain circumstances, it's not about transmitting them out of your life. Maybe you're supposed to be helping them as a light worker. Maybe you have the ideas and the concepts and the tools to help them heal themselves. Maybe there is a narcissist in your life for a reason, but it could go either way. Maybe you're just meant to heal them out of your life. Look at your personal circumstances and make that discernment. Because narcissism is just one of many things plaguing our world, you guys, in this spiritual ascension, shift, change in the world. Because of all the things that are happening in our spiritual beliefs, all the twists being done, all our religions were attacked and changed, edited into something else. Our New Age spiritual teachings have been twisted into something else. So we're being attacked by our food, by our water, by our seeds even to plant something. Those are messed with. We're being poisoned and attacked on many different fronts. No wonder we have narcissism. No wonder we have depression. Okay? No wonder we have these distorted ideas and concepts. Narcissism is just one of many things that we could be dealing with. Because of the spiritual bondage, because of the spiritual war, the negative, dark influences of these extraterrestrial fallen angelic beings. Otherwise, it is a sign in the world that something is not right here. It is a sign that we have some issues here. Machiwa. I met a YouTuber, Jeffrey says, I met a YouTuber who was healing her NPD and spreading awareness about it. Exactly. See, this is one thing that it could have been a gift for you. a gift, right? It is something that now she can help other people. And maybe one of you guys are a classic example of that. Maybe you were once dealing with NPD, but now you have the inner Christos in your life. Now you have you could say, you understand where they're coming from. So since you understand where they're coming from, because you were once there, you can help them heal. So think about that, light workers. Bless you. And your abilities and your gifts and your insights. And remember, we're just going into detail of some of the points I made at the beginning. They don't have any or many long-term friends. It's common for people with NPD to have frequent conflicts with others. So that's why they don't have many friends, because they're constantly making conflicts. If you dig deeper into their connections, you may notice they have few close friends. Now you know why. On top of this, people with NPD can be hypersensitive and insecure. As a result, they might lash out when you want to hang out with other people. No, you can't hang out with other people. You need to stay with me. Narcissists. They might claim that you don't spend enough time with them. Make you feel guilty for spending time with your friends, or criticize you for the types of friends you have. Is this happening in your life? Write it in the comments, Holy Ones. We're about healing this together, and we get it out. We get it out. We talk about it so we can heal it. Machiwa. Ask yourself this question. How does my partner treat someone they don't want anything from? Does my partner have any long-term friends? Do they have or talk about wanting a nemesis? Okay? That's some things you could ask your narcissist questions. I mean, you ask yourself about what that narcissist could be. So, they pick on you constantly. Okay? Maybe at first it feels like teasing. You suddenly look back at the memories you've had with this person, right? But then it became mean. Suddenly everything you do, from what you wear and eat to who you hang out with and what you watch on TV, is a problem for them. There it is constantly. Now the teasing became something worse. Antagonism and hostility are well-documented traits, you guys, in people with NPD, and the toll on others is large. They'll put you down, call you names, hit you with hurtful one-liners, and make jokes that aren't quite funny. Their goal is to lower others' self-esteem so that they can increase their own, because it makes them feel powerful. Did you hear that? Putting you down makes them feel powerful. Vampire. They're feeding off of you. This is, maybe they're not aware of it. They're just so used to being this way. They don't know their soul. They're not caring about that spiritual stuff. To them, it's just mumbo jumbo. They're just living their life and they're trying to get power and energy from somewhere. And apparently it's from you and from other people that they can feed from. Remember, that's what this is. It comes down to feeding. It's a form of loose energy. A light form compared to sacrifice and stuff like that, right? But still. What's more, reacting to what they say may reinforce their behavior. A narcissist loves a reaction. Are you getting that? So once you engage them, react, trigger to what they just did, well, now you're reinforcing their behavior. That's because it shows them they have the power to affect another's emotional state. And you don't think that way, you guys. Normally, a normal person does not think in that way. I mean, right? I mean, you see that you made someone act in a different way. You had that power. And that's in their thinking. I had the power to make them react or act or trigger or be upset or be angry or whatever. That was from me. I made them do that. So it's reinforcing them. A warning sign. If they knock you down with insults when you do something worth celebrating, get yourself out of there. Okay? A normal person would be celebrating with you. Yay, yay! But if they're going to start insulting you, what the F, right? In your mind, you're thinking, what the F? This is not, what? You know? Let me call one of my friends who care. I got to share this with someone. My chiwa. A narcissist might say, You were able to do that because I didn't sleep well, or some excuse to make it seem like you have an advantage that they didn't have. They want you to know that you're not better than them, because to them, nobody is. So don't act like you're better than me, right? Yeah, it's really hard to avoid family, right? Yeah, that's what I meant. Sometimes you can't evade all narcissists, but you will learn how to react. I mean, once you understand a little bit what's going on, what they're doing, why they're doing, you will have some ideas now start to surface where you know how to evolve, how to deal with them, how to handle them, right? Helena, laugh it off to the door and run. Without looking back. Good advice, Helena. You said it 100%. And she also said excuses and procrastination and impulsiveness. There you go. You said it. Puzzle Rabbit. Thank you, Rabbit. And it's true, right? We get this deal. We have these experiences in our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our husbands, our wives. And so, I don't know. It's just something that we start to recognize. You start to recognize these patterns, and you start to realize that, you know, they're making it seem like it's you and you have the problems. But then you start to waken up to this, hopefully. You start to realize, you know, they do have some type of disorder. They have some type of issue in their consciousness. It's not coming from a space of love. And while you may be, and they're not. Remember, at the beginning, they made themselves look perfect. Now you're starting to see the true person who you just got involved with. Now you have a decision to make. Like Helena said, run out the door, honey. Get out of there. Don't look back. This is a narcissism trait. You don't want to get fall more deeper into this relationship, do you? So, Machiwa Holy Ones. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation and emotional abuse. And it's a hallmark of narcissism. People with NPD may tell blatant lies. How many liars do you know? They're just constantly lying. Why you gotta lie all the time? Why are you lying to me again? Why are you lying? Right? Falsely accuse others, spin the truth, and ultimately distort your reality. Now you don't know what's going on. You're like tripping out. What's going on, right? What's reality now? Especially in response to perceived challenges of authority or fear or abandonment. And the signs of this gaslighting, you no longer feel like the person you used to be. Isn't that sad? That's very sad. You feel more anxious now and less confident than you used to be. That's the collateral damage of being with an energy vampire. They suck it out of you. They're still sucking out off of whatever you got, baby. You often wonder if you're being too sensitive. You feel like everything you do is wrong. That's because they just conditioned you that way. You always think it's your fault when things go wrong. Once again, they got you to be like that. You're often apologizing all the time. You don't need to be apologizing with this narcissist. You have a sense that something's wrong, but aren't able to identify what it is. It's the pink elephant in the room. That's what it's, the narcissist sitting next to you. You often question whether your response to your partner is appropriate. You love them, they love you, right? There shouldn't be any problems with appropriate. What's appropriate? They're gonna someone who genuinely loves you is gonna respect and be mindful of how you may react to something. They know you they're supposed to know you in that way. You make excuses for your partner's behavior. Are you constantly excusing your narcissist partner? Right? They do this to cause others to doubt themselves as a way to gain superiority. Man, this is like magic trick. This is, woo. Now you're not the same person anymore. Now you're like becoming a slave to this person. Now you're feeding this person. They got you right where they want. And if they're a cheater or going outside the relationship, they're going to be doing this with whoever they're engaging with. This is who they are. This is their traits. This is what narcissists do. And now you can see them as red flags to run the other way. They think they're right about everything and never apologize. People with NPD are often described as being arrogant and having haughty behaviors or attitudes. That's why fighting with a narcissist may feel impossible. There is no debating or compromising with a narcissist because they're always right. Raise your hand or write it in the comments if you are dealing with someone who thinks they're always right. Okay, I'm right, you're wrong. You can find those people in your work. You're a co-worker, a co-employee, a co-student at your school, university, whatever. In the world, you're going to find people like this. They won't necessarily see a disagreement as a disagreement. They'll just see it as them teaching you some truth. You may be dating a narcissist if you feel like your partner doesn't hear you, won't understand you, doesn't take responsibility for their part in an issue, doesn't try to ever compromise. Okay? Those are helping you understand that maybe this isn't the partner for you. Well, understanding the relationship is the best game plan if you're dating someone who has NPD, but it's about avoiding negotiation and arguments with that type of person. What irritates someone with NPD is the lack of control and the lack of a fight. The less you fight back, the less power you can give them over you. So, I mean, my advice would be to leave. But if for one reason or another you realize you got to spend more time with this person, then avoid the arguments. Because they're trying to pull you into one. They want you in an argument. You don't want to argue, but they want to argue. They want more opportunities to vampire you. They look forward to arguments because they look forward to feeding you up. People with NPD are especially vulnerable to humiliation and shame and tend to lash out at others when they feel their self-esteem is taking a hit. If you insist you're done with your relationship, they'll make it their goal to hurt you for abandoning them. Their ego is so severely bruised that it causes them to feel rage and hatred for anyone who wronged them. That's because everything is everyone else's fault, including the breakup. It's your fault. It's their fault. It's everybody's fault but their fault. Helen said a brilliant idea. Silence speaks volumes. You are so correct, sister. Love from afar. You said it. Rakadeja. Walk away and let them tire themselves out. Protect your emotions. Great advice. See, you guys have full of advice. A lot of you probably have learned a lot of lessons dealing with these type of people. See you, Brett, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a supporter of this work. Bless you. Celine, follow your gut intuition. You said it, sister. Indigo, Jamie. Partially my son. Defiantly my in-laws. Love and light to them. And that's what we can do, right? Send love and positive energies to these people. I mean, and not let them harm you. Okay? We're not meant to allow others to vampire us. Sarah, I'm broken, got trust issues, anxiety, been gaslighted, don't got many friends. Guard up, but I am loyal and slowly trying to have faith in humanity and learn not everyone is out to get you. Yes, dear, and bless you on your journey and healing. Because it does shift you into a defensive mode, right? It kind of like you said, you start to lose trust in humanity. So that's the damage done by the narcissist. So there is a healing that effort that you want to go through, you guys, and you'll seek a healthy partner. You'll want to seek a healthy partner, someone who's not hopefully you're not one of those people who go from one narcissistic relationship to another, and to another. That is a sign to your own self that there's issues going on with your own energies, with your own consciousness, excuse me. So you always want to consider what you need to do to remove yourself from this exposure, and also how to start healing yourself. And I'm sure there's other people out there who, you would find people who have gone through it and overcome it and learn from how they overcame it, and then use some of those practices that we'll talk about in tonight's live. So, one second here. Here's just a list of 1-point notes, basically. Grandiose sense of self-importance. Narcissists often see themselves as better, more talented, and more deserving than others. Preoccupation with fantasies of success and power. This is kind of like a review. Narcissists frequently daydream about unlimited success, power, brilliance, or beauty. Narcissists believe they are special and unique. They can only be understood by or should only associate with high-status individuals. Requires excessive admiration. Constant validation is crucial to a narcissist's self-esteem. They feel empty without it. Sensitive entitlement. They expect special treatment without putting in the effort that others might have to. So narcissists exploit others for personal gain. Narcissists often use others to achieve their own goals without concern for, well-being. They manipulate family, friends, or colleagues for favors or special treatment. They may feel no remorse for taking advantage of people if it benefits them. Relationships with the narcissist often feel one-sided as they focus on what they can get from others. And we talked about how narcissists lack empathy. Narcissists have difficulty understanding or caring about others' feelings or needs. Narcissists are envious of others or believe others are envious of them. Okay, because they are highly competitive and may feel threatened by the success of others. They're arrogant and haughty. Narcissists often look down on others, acting as if they're too good for certain people or situations. Narcissists have difficulty handling criticism. They react intensely to any form of criticism, no matter how minor, even though they have no problems criticizing you. Narcissists exaggerate their accomplishments. Narcissists love to embellish their achievements, often overstating their role in successes. Narcissists take credit for others' work. Narcissists have no problems claiming others' accomplishments as their own. They may do this in both personal and professional settings to maintain a facade of success. Their need for recognition outweighs any moral obligation to give credit where it's due. Over time, this behavior leads to resentment and isolation from those they have exploited. Let me see. And you guys, I just want to say really quickly, I just have to say, shortly every now and then, if you like this work, first of all, hit that like button. Smash that like button, you guys. If you like any of this, of the videos that I come out with, if you like these teachings, if you like this work, if it helped you in any way, because I know it helps a lot of people because I get lots of messages. I get a hell of a lot more positive feedback than negative feedback. But please consider supporting this work, you guys. I thank you ahead in advance for the small gift of $5, $10, $20, whatever you feel called to, because this helps me to continue doing this full time. It helps me sustain myself to do it full time. And you can also consider becoming a member. Like you see the people here who have colored usernames with the little stars. Or you could be a member on the Patreon side. The links are below, you guys. You could also check out my Etsy shop, because that's where I can sell my artworks and crystals there, and that's another way to support this work. And so I thank you guys for all of you who have been members. Like Indigo Wizard, he's been a member for over a year. Thank you, brother, for supporting this work. Thank you, guys. I just want to say that real quick. And consider, you guys, joining us on the Tuesday live, because we are going to have the Zoom meeting where people are going to be talking 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So you could say we're going to have a bunch of little guests, like several guests for a short time. But you get to hear other people's stories, and it may just inspire you more in your own journey. So look out for that on this coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so bless all of you who are here in this live. Oh, you guys are talking about somebody's cat? Thank you, Celine, for sharing the time matrix diagram. That's another way to support this work. And that diagram is a huge tool. It's a huge value, you guys. It's worth $15, or become a member and get it with your $20 your avatar membership or higher. I love lions. Lear and lions, baby. What's up? Welcome, Tammy. Thank you for being here, Holy One. L. Murray. Oh, that's where the conversation about the cat came from. Got it. Hello, Sandra. Welcome, Holy One. Good to have you with us. And let me see. I know there was some notes I wanted to talk about from Lisa Renee. Let me check real quick, because I closed the window and now I got to reopen it. Lisa Renee is also someone who teaches the Christos teachings, so narcissism. She has narcissistic wound and narcissistic rage and a page on narcissism. This is from Lisa Renee. Narcissism is used to describe the pursuit of gratification from vanity or egotistical admiration of one's own physical or mental attributes that derive from arrogant pride. The 7 deadly sins of narcissism. Shamelessness. Shame is the feeling that lurks beneath all unhealthy narcissism and the inability to process shame in healthy ways. Magical thinking. Narcissists see themselves as perfect using distortion and illusion known as magical thinking. They also use projection to dump shame on others. The 3rd deadly sin of narcissism, arrogance. A narcissist who is feeling deflated may reinflate by diminishing, debasing, and degrading someone else. Envy. A narcissist may secure a dense superiority in the face of another's ability by using contempt to minimize the other person. Entitlement. Narcissists hold unreasonable expectations of particularly favorable treatment and automatic compliance because they consider themselves special. Failure to comply is considered an attack on their superiority, and their perpetrator is considered an awkward or difficult person. You're awkward, you're difficult because, you made them feel that way. Defiance of their will is a narcissistic injury that can trigger narcissistic rage. How dare you enrage the narcissist? Exploitation can take many forms, but always involves exploitation of others without regard for their feelings or interests. Often the other is a subservient position where resistance would be difficult to even impossible. Sometimes the subservience is not as much real as assumed. Actually, I wanted to see where she talks about the negative alien agenda can best be understood as a psychopathic or sociopathic personality or identity profile with a lack of empathy that has no feelings or remorse. Excuse me. You see how it's coming from this fallen angelic mentality. Anything regarding energy vampiring is coming from fallen angelics. It has been influenced on our planet amongst many other negative traits now that are being expressed amongst the human populace. Let me see what this is. She just lists a couple things like control freaks. They're control freaks. They have irritability, short fuses, low frustration tolerance, argumentative, need to have the last word, unable to lose, won't take no for an answer, quick to anger if you don't accommodate them, quick to become aggressively defensive if you call them on any deficiency, fault, or responsibility, can't apologize, or if do, can't do it sincerely, rarely say thank you or congratulations, don't feel or demonstrate remorse, feel entitled or enthusiastic or appreciative approval, adoration, agreement, and obedience, gloat in victory, sullen in defeat, quick to rage if you humiliate them. So I don't know about you guys, but I would not want to have a relationship with a narcissist. Even if I didn't know what all these traits of a narcissist, like if I wasn't knowing it's an NPD thing, if I saw these things surfacing, if I saw these things coming up in this person that I originally cared about, I would let go and move on. Because if you look at these traits that we talked about tonight, these are dark, man. These are twisted. There's no real love there. This is a sick love. This is some type of you would say narcissistic love, right? It is anti-happiness. It is anti-life. anti-joy. You know, when all of it is about the self and me and taking and controlling, there's controlling going on. There's manipulation going on. You don't want to be with a person with like that. And it's irresponsible to stay with someone like that. You're not only affecting your journey, your ascension process, but if there's children involved, your decision is affecting them now. So if you need to take you and your kids out of that, then do it. This is something that is a big choice for some people, yes. But just don't lose hope, because there is solutions. You're meant to do this. As a matter of fact, let me talk about that real quick. So basically, you got to learn how to set firm boundaries, you guys. Clearly define what behaviors you will not tolerate and communicate these boundaries directly. Okay? So these are some of the ideas or tips to how to deal with this issue if it's in your life. Don't allow narcissists to push past your limits. Okay? Be consistent in enforcing them. Prepare for pushbacks, as narcissists often react negatively to boundaries, but remain firm. Limit or end contact. The no contact rule, okay? If possible, consider limiting or cutting off contact with a narcissist, especially in cases of emotional or psychological abuse. The no contact rule can help you regain your mental and emotional health. If cutting contact isn't an option, consider creating emotional distance by limiting interactions to essential communication only. So that could help a lot of people in that regard. Practice self-care, okay? This is important. Focus on your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Where focus goes, energy goes. So until you actually start focusing on that, it won't happen. So be mindful and aware and start putting focus on this. Self-care. Engage in activities that nurture your body and mind, such as exercising, meditating, or spending time in nature. Prioritize your own needs, especially if you've been neglecting them to cater to the narcissist's demands. Another important aspect is to build a strong support network for yourself. Surround yourself with friends and family, you know, the ones that your narcissist partner doesn't want you to do. And support groups who understand your situation and can offer emotional support. That's what you need right now, Holy One. Avoid isolating yourself, as you don't want to be left alone, because narcissists often attempt to cut off their victims from supportive relationships. Talking to others who have dealt with narcissists can help you feel validated and empowered. And this is probably exactly what you need right now. So maybe you have another friend or family member who's dealt with this. They can offer you some ideas and tips because they know they've been there. Seek therapy or counseling. Certain therapists could help in this matter. Not all counseling, but this could help. Work with a therapist who has experience with narcissistic abuse and personality disorders. Therapy can help you process the emotional impact of narcissistic behavior and rebuild self-worth, because you might not have much self-worth right now. Cognitive behavior therapy, CBT, can help you refrain negative thoughts and patterns created by your interactions with a narcissist. Practice emotional detachment. It's called the gray rock method. When dealing with a narcissist, avoid emotional engagement by becoming as unresponsive and boring as possible. The gray rock method. Excuse me. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. So by not giving them the response they seek, you can minimize their control. Excuse me. Excuse me. And avoid engaging in power struggles, because narcissists often provoke arguments or conflicts to maintain control or assert dominance. Instead of engaging, calmly remove yourself from confrontations that are unproductive or toxic. Learn to pick your battles and avoid being drawn into unnecessary disputes. So there is some skill sets like these, you guys, that you can start to incorporate when dealing with this type of consciousness. If focus on your own healing journey, which is very important in many problems such as this or depression or whatever. Rebuilding self-esteem and confidence after dealing with a narcissist is a process. Have patience, because it doesn't happen overnight, right? So focus on healing at your own pace. Journaling, meditation, or creative outlets can help you reconnect with yourself and regain a sense of purpose, because you've had some damage done to you, and so you need to help fix that, right? It's a process of fixing that. So engage in positive affirmations. That's a good way to do it. And self-love practices. Excuse me. To counteract any negative impact on your self-worth. So these are some things that you could do, you guys, to help in your healing journey. Recognize emotional triggers. Identify the triggers that led to feelings of guilt, shame, inadequacy, especially those that the narcissist may use against you. Work on strategies to manage emotional responses, such as deep breathing or mindfulness exercises. You know, because like we said earlier, there's different levels there's a spectrum of narcissism. Are you dealing with one of these big giant narcissists? Over time, reducing these emotional triggers will make you less vulnerable to manipulation. Develop assertiveness. Learn to say no without guilt or hesitation. And stand up for yourself when necessary. Assertiveness training or exercises, which you can probably search and look for, can help you communicate your needs and limits effectively. Being assertive doesn't mean being aggressive, though. It's about protecting your own well-being without escalating conflict, right? Keep a record of interactions. If you're in a situation where you must continue interacting with a narcissist, example, in work, co-parenting situations, well, keep a record of significant conversations or incidents. Documenting interactions helps prevent gaslighting and gives you evidence if needed for legal or workplace issues. Because you guys know that this could lead to some type of legal issue. And so this is something that we're mindful of in this, how it goes. R. Murray says the gray rock is gold. It works, right? Celine says, express your thoughts on paper. That's what we mentioned. Journaling is an excellent tool, you guys, for many things. I mean, even in your spiritual journey, your healthy spiritual journey, journaling is very important. It helps cultivate your mindfulness, your presence, being in the now. And that is also reflected in going to nature. Okay? Whenever you go to some beautiful nature, it puts things in perspective. It helps you to go deep into yourself and find some type of solution or answer that you've been looking for. And it was nature that helped facilitate that, right? So journaling, nature, and all that, all these other tips is helpful. And it is something that you should be mindful of and start developing these things, because you've been a victim. So now there's going to be a process of you recuperating from that. So get started, you guys, with some of these healing effects. Yes, there are many sources for healing for this specific type of suffering. And so this is what it helps to find out other people who have, and professionals who might even have had their own narcissistic background. And here's a very important thing is forgive yourself. If you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, it's common to feel guilt or shame for not recognizing this sign sooner. Like, don't beat yourself up if you fell for a narcissist. That's what they're saying. Understand that narcissists are skilled manipulators, and it's not your fault for being deceived. Self-forgiveness is a critical part of this healing. Focus on what you've learned and how you can move forward. So bless you in your journey, Holy One. Limit expectations. Accept that narcissists are unlikely to change, as personality disorders are deeply ingrained. So adjust your expectations so you aren't constantly disappointed by their behavior or lack of empathy. You're starting to get to know what this person is all about, right? So you want to rebuild your confidence. You want to acknowledge your strengths. You want to practice mindfulness and meditation. You want to stay calm during provocations. Focus on long-term healing. Shift focus on the narcissist to yourself. Recognize you deserve better. Okay? And most importantly, remind yourself that you deserve love, respect, and healthy relationships. Walking away or setting boundaries with the narcissist isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about knowing your worth. Cultivate self-love and confidence, knowing you are capable of thriving without the narcissist in your life. And you guys, it's a journey. Okay? And so your healing always is, right? So this is just something that is a learning lesson, and hopefully you're not going to have a narcissist part 2 in your life, or some other narcissism creep up in your life. Eventually, if you've been abused enough by this, you're going to have the commitment to know how to deal with it, know how to counter it, and hopefully we gave you enough tips tonight to first of all recognize it and also how to reconcile it. So we're not meant to be the end of a vampirism, you guys. We don't allow that as a light worker. We don't allow those others to feed off of us and to manipulate us. And once we become aware of that, we take proactive actions. We address the situation. We don't allow it anymore. You care enough about yourself and those others who may be victims involved. You care enough not to allow this to continue. And those who are stuck in this, you relying on this person financially, if that's your circumstance, that you don't want to leave this person for that one single reason, you guys, that just means that you need to find a solution to the financial problem and not continue to rely on someone else, rely on yourself and whatever resources you can focus on to replace that necessary income, or so become self-reliant and learn how to do that. Learn how to live your life without this narcissist, and let go. Just learn how to let go and heal over it. Yeah, never again, right, Samurai? Yeah, not allowed in my bubble of light. You said it, Helena. Well, it's up to you guys. We can finish the live early, or we can do get lit and just hang out some more. Yeah, like you said, it's hard, but that is something that once you remove that that from your life, now you're separate. Now it's almost could be exciting to consider that now you have a whole new start, or you're gonna restart over. Move on. Sarah wants to get lit. Wow, okay. Celine, sister. Thank you so much, Star Sister. Blessings to you. Eddie wants to get lit and hang out some more. Okay, you guys. Let me go get it. It's in the bathroom. Let me grab it. Blessings to all of you, homies. Yeah, baby. What's up? Woohoo! Party time! Yeah. So, I mean, think about more people like it. So think about in your past, and maybe I'll even make a poll. Like, have you ever dealt with a narcissist? Yes, no, or not really. Yes, no, or not really. Let me do that real quick. Jerry too wants to get it. Okay, quick poll. Start a poll. Don't worry, no one sees who said yes or no or I don't know. Have you ever been a victim of narcissism? Have you yes, no, or not really? Whatever answer you guys think is best. Thank you, Celine, for supporting this work, sister. Currently? Well, bless you, sister, on your journey, whatever. Hopefully you have some ideas about these behaviors. I think educating yourself is the best way to go, and realize that you're not the only one, that there's other people who have also dealt with this. And so there's, like Celine said, there's resources if you actually look for it. And make the best choice for you, sister. And positive vibes to you. Machua. Wow. And you guys, we do mean family, partners, bosses, work, school. Have you dealt with a narcissist? And if there's like 70 people who say, yeah, well, dude, that just confirms that it's prevalent in the world. Just like we have ADD happening in the world, it wasn't always here. I mean, these traits have been increasing. That's what we're trying to say. All these negative aspects are increasing. So that's a sign that this is part of what's going on in the world, dude. With this whole drama. The reason I'm having trouble seeing is not my close-up glasses. So we're in a spiritual war. We're in a bondage well, the human race is kind of like in a bondage of this, because it's the majority of the planet. The majority of the planet is in the fallen angelic religions. It's a huge form of narcissism, psychopathy. Because that Yahweh, Jehovah being is truly narcissist. People in religion are following a narcissist, a psychopath, a maniac. But they rationalize it. I'm not done with this. Why'd you... Oh, it's a sin to spill your medicine. Don't spill it. Oh shit, I almost spilled it. So it's not like, it's just a sign in the world, you guys. It's just a sign that we know something's not exactly great. How people are treating each other, how people manipulate each other. I can say that I personally dealt with a narcissist, and I thought they were a friend. I thought they were another starseed, Indigo. I thought they were spiritual. Because they gaslighted me. Because they acted friendly and kind. And it wasn't until this was when I was homeless and they invited me to live with them. And then I started living with this narcissist. And what's interesting about this narcissist is that they kept talking about other narcissists in their own family when they're a narcissist themselves. Because they were, you would say, like some of the things that we talked about, this person had these characteristics, man. Hardcore. So you may find narcissism is generational in a family. The parents were narcissists, and then the kids became narcissists, and they grew up and were narcissistic to other people because it's a learned trait. Apparently you could, So get lit with me real quick. And we'll be more inspired for a little while. We'll go for another half hour, those of you who want to kick back with us. I usually feel it start in this area, and then it goes higher, and then it spreads, and then it goes on my crown. There's a chakra right here. Like, take your finger and go like that. When it goes down to that dip, right there is a chakra, a minor chakra. It's actually, the Guardians call it a Kathara point. That's one of the Kathara points, Kathara points, Kathara points. These are called the wings. There's another Kathara point, Kathara points behind the knees, Kathara points on the feet. So I felt some of those. It's kind of like I confirmed that the teachings, certain teachings I've been able to experience or confirm within my own journey. Like, okay, they're teaching me there's a chakra right here and I feel it. So that's a confirmation, you see? So, not to mention, I saw Ashana up there. I've talked about this before. I've seen Ashana as an Azurite. I saw myself as an Azurite. So, I'm here. I got boosted up there. I saw Ashana. That doesn't mean this Ashana knows. That doesn't mean this Ashana down here in 3D knows. But I definitely saw her. I saw John the Baptist. It's not Michael Dean, by the way. I saw Jeshua. So that's my experience. I love Ashana. Bless Ashana. If you're new, that's how you spell her name. Okay. And this is on this book, but it's online too, a PDF that you can download. And I'll have Celine or Sarah or Indigo or anyone post it for you. They're free links. They're out there. The information is out there. This is ancient information. Before it was even here in 1998, it was here hundreds of thousands of years ago. They didn't call it, well, they call it the Maharata, and this is an extraterrestrial word. It's a Lyran word, Anuhazi word. It means inner Christ or inner Christos. Okay, this ancient teaching is talking about the inner Christos. And so, but that's what Maharata means. So if you say this word with me, Maharata, Maharata, Maharata. You just spoke an extraterrestrial word. What's up? And so, yeah, we talk about the inner Christos. We talk about omni love. Some people may say, "Where's the love in your teachings?" Baby, we talk about the highest love, because there's a bunch of misunderstood love down here. You see, the medicine already worked. I mean, I'm in another perception, extrasensory perception. And you get a lot of haters who don't even believe in that exists. But we're witnessing, we're experiencing, we're travelers, we're voyagers, we're voyaging in our consciousness. In the angelic realities on PDF. You don't need to buy the book. You're going to learn creation mechanics, homie. You're going to learn scalar mechanics, particle units, physics. You're going to learn about consciousness. You'll learn how God is tangible. You'll learn the different levels of creation, of different levels of body matter, of mind. You have reasoning mind. You have angelic mind. You have archangelic mind. You have avatar mind. Mukuchiwa su. And these are all parts of ourselves, our connection, our frequency, a literal life force energy of Creator God, our Kundalini, our Maharata. That's where you get Maharic. Maharata is the 12th dimensional Christos. That's what Christ is. It's a 12th dimensional frequency. And humans are at 3. You see how high Christ is. Christos. And you see why there's those who are against Christos, against Christ. They call it anti-Christos. So we're in a spiritual war. I said it before. We're in spiritual bondage on earth. This is why we're coming here, the Indigo children, the starseeds, assisting, helping humanity. Because we have earth seeds on earth. They need help from the starseeds. Literally, we're part of their DNA. We bring our star seed DNA and hybridize with the earth seeds. That's what a starseed is. That's what the word seed means. Implies the DNA. Your alien DNA, 5 alien races You could say it like this. We say starseed as guardian races. You can say alien races, it's still correct. 5 alien races are in the human DNA. And 7 different human races on Earth. It's actually Earth, Tara, Gaia. But, that's multidimensional identity. So in Earth, Tara, Gaia, that's 1 through 12. Dimensions 9, correct myself. 1 through 9. That is Kundalini energy. But dimensions 10, 11, and 12, that's the Maharata Christos energy. That's what Christ is. It's a dimension of consciousness and body matter, which is called liquid light up there. Down here, it's carbon matter. The next density, universe, dimensions 4, 5, and 6, that's semi-carbon, or you could say semi-etheric matter. So not the same as our carbon matter. It's less dense, 50% less dense than carbon, and it has crystal energy. So you could say carbon crystal. So carbon crystal, carbon etheric. But once you go all the way up to density 3, dimensions 7, 8, 9. Yeah. That's the oversoul level, the archangel level. So we're expanding in our DNA, different body, different consciousness, different history, different planet. Like, we're Gaia on that level. At density 2, it's Torah. Or Earth at the lower end. We're at the lower end, man. That's what's going on here on Earth. And so, yeah. There are so many freaking narcissists in this world. And I just had an idea real quick. This will be interesting. Do people say top 10, but I like top 12. The top 10 narcissists in movies. The top 10 narcissists. Name the top 12 narcissists in movies. I don't like to say part 10. Okay, so Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. A wealthy, materialistic investment banker with a grandiose sense of self and no empathy, narcissist. He exhibits extreme narcissism coupled with violent tendencies. This movie was made in 2000. Number 2, Miranda Priestly in The Devil Wears Prada, 2006. As a powerful fashion magazine editor, Miranda embodies cold arrogance, a sense of entitlement, and a complete lack of regard for her employees' well-being. Damn, what a bitch, right? So we got Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013. Jordan's excessive ambition, manipulation, and self-obsession, narcissist, drive his rise to success alongside rampant indulgence and wealth and power. Sounds like a dick. Tony Stark, Iron Man. Tony Stark, Iron Man is a narcissist? No way! Yes way! Tony Stark start out as an arrogant prick. Oh, they didn't say prick. It says... Well, just the same, arrogant billionaire playboy with a massive ego and a constant need for validation. Damn, he is a narcissist. though his character grows over time. Regina George, Mean Girls, 2004. The queen bee of her high school, Regina is manipulative, vain, and obsessed, hello, narcissist, with maintaining her social superiority at the expense of others. You serious? Yeah, check it out. Watch the movie. Tom Buchanan, The Great Gatsby, 2013. Wealthy and entitled, Tom is arrogant, manipulative, and completely self-centered, with little regard for the people around him, including his wife. I saw that movie. That was cool. That was with Leonardo DiCaprio. He was The Great Gatsby. That was an interesting movie. Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards, 2009. I can't say this keyword, can I? Just once, real quick. A Nazi officer with an inflated sense of superiority and intellectual prowess, Landa is cold, calculating, and completely without empathy. Narcissist! Scarlett O'Hara, Gone with the Wind, 1939. Damn, I wasn't born yet. Scarlett is manipulative. Wait. And obsessed with her own desires, doing whatever it takes to get what she wants, regardless of the consequence for others. That's why, what's that guy? He said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a shit. She didn't say shit back. He didn't say shit. He said, I don't give a damn. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Amy Dunn, Gone Girl, 2014. Amy orchestrates an elaborate plan to frame her husband, showing a masterful use of manipulation and narcissistic need for control and attention. What a wench. Vince Vaughn as Nick Van Owen, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, 1997. A selfish, oh wow, what a surprise there, and manipulative, what a jerk, character who exploits others for his personal gain and success without regard for the safety or well-being of those around him. Man, you see how dangerous it is when people just think about themselves? You're not safe with someone like that. They're not going to help you out. They're not going to watch your back. Catherine Mutriel, Cruel Intentions, 1999. Another narcissist. Catherine is a master manipulator. Oh, wow. Is there a pattern here or something? Maybe, I think, yeah. Driven by her own narcissism and desire for power and control over those around her. Damn, are you guys getting what a narcissist is yet? Especially in the matters of love and betrayal. Jay Gatsby. Oh, The Great Gatsby, 2013 again. Another narcissist in that movie, apparently. Obsession with recreating an idealized version of himself. Gatsby's life is driven by vanity and the need to be admired, although it encloaked in romanticism. But still a narcissist. Did you not see his behavior at the end and shit? You get to see the true character come out. That was cute. I like that. Thank you very much. And thank you, Holy Ones. Thank you for joining us tonight. 83% of you have dealt with a narcissist. According to the poll, 4% said no, and 13% said, not really. So, damn. That's a majority, 84%. Have been a victim of a narcissist. And bless you guys who have. Don't think less of yourself. Remember, this was imposed on you. That's what vampires do. They victimize you. They don't ask for your free will permission. They just do whatever the F they want. So, this is what we're in. An I don't care attitude, or no one connects. No one loves each other. No one smiles at each other. No one, I can't say no one, I'm just saying the majority, right? The majority of humans are really selfish, right? So, and when you're a loving angel, celestial being, or an archangel being who come to earth as a soul contract, to serve, you're coming from the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, and beyond, and come into the 3D system. Well, you see the distortion. I mean, with religion, because these beings are higher beings, not coming from heaven or hell. These are beings that are coming in from, first of all, stargates and portals. There's a whole network of portals, natural and artificial, created. It's a technology, physical, scientific, and spiritual technology, both types. And so it's science, man. It's spiritual science. You can go to another universe, another reality system that's at a different frequency bandwidth. It's science, because it has to do with particle spin and particle speed rate. So the spin rate, angular rotation of particle spin, it's at a different, you could say not separated, but it's separate universes. Each dimension is a separate reality field, unified in its energetic systems, but it's all experienced and not seen by the other realities. Just like we can't crash into each other either, but we're all in the same space. Everything's happening right here, including yourself, including all the other realities, are all happening in the same space, but they're all at different angles of orientation of particle spin and speed angle. So it's not going because they're at different vibrations. So they're not at the same vibration, they're at different vibrations at the same time. And we know because there's different radios, vibrations, frequencies. There's different radio frequencies, microwave frequencies, radar frequencies, all kinds of TV stations in the air, all kinds of cable stations in the air, all types of communications in the air. What the F is in the air? Everything's in the frequency. It's all different levels of frequency. They're not hitting each other. They're at different frequencies. So you are a multi-frequency, multi-dimensional being having a human experience. We're all spirits. We're all pieces of God. That's the higher self, is the full self, the all, the part of God that includes everything. You are a hologram field, but there's greater God worlds. And so you go through spiritual ascension through the hologram. There's 111 likes. Thank you for those blessed likes. Machiwa, Holy One. You go through this hologram experience. You project your will. You bring your intention, your agenda. What are you serving? I'm serving the Lyran Syrian model of peaceful, co-creative, egalitarian, like the Emerald Covenant is about peace and love. That's the original agreement. It's a covenant. But all founder races, blue flame, gold flame, violet flame, all agreed on this. So dark beings, they didn't exist before. You can't say it's as great as light, because light always existed. The darkness came in the hologram fields. It's kind of like you made a creation and it's not as perfect as you. God created something in a lower frequency, and it's less. It literally, since it's a down step of God, it has less than what God has completely. So, and then that goes into series of lower versions. And so we have all these levels of Creator God, Source, eternal consciousness, Spirit. It's all made of Source. Source is everything. Source is all. And you're part of the all. Everything is connected. We're all the one, and the one is many. So we're not really plural, we're just one in many fractals. God downstepped into pieces. God put pieces into lower frequencies of itself. So it broke itself down into different lower, lesser parts. By design, God did it like this. God's making this downsteps. That's God's will. God wanted to create lower frequencies of itself, pieces of itself, so that itself, God, so God can experience itself in many different ways, because there's more than one hologram. So all these holograms are what make up God and more. There's more levels. This is just pieces of God. We're just experiencing pieces of Creator, the whole Creator, all of the God worlds. The Unici. Say it with me. Unici. Unici. If there's a name for God, that would be it. Chikasma. No gender. And I have to make a statement about this video I released recently, because I get a lot of feedback from it, about gender twins, also called twin flames in New Age. Gender twins are how humans are birthed. We were created as gender twins. Okay, this is according to the spiritual teachings, the spiritual science of these teachings, of the inner Christos, Law of One, from the Emerald Covenant, Emerald Order. Awakuye. And we bring that into our awareness, into our vision, and we see the greater worlds, especially like when you take plant medicine, you get so uplifted by it. If you're in a good energies, you eat healthy, you have peaceful, loving thoughts normally. It's not an act. You've reached inner peace in your life, and you generally normally just automatically love people, automatically kind and respectful for people. You get it. It's inside you. It's inside how you behave, how you speak, how you treat others. People see that, man. They don't have to be psychic like you or whatever, or they don't have to be on us following the inner Christos teachings. You can still connect. You know, the human spirit is, we're all divine. We just have had this distortion in our past. We find ourselves in the third dimension because of our bad decisions. We're not perfect, you see. We allowed those fallen angelics to influence us as they did. And so we're not damned. This is why the guardians are still present. The guardians are still bringing this teachings, the inner Christos teachings that are on video workshops as well. You could spend so much time binging these videos. I don't mean mine. I mean the Ashiana workshop videos of the Emerald Order teachings. So they're called MCEO, which stands for Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order. And no, this is not the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and I have to say that because people are asking that question. You know, I have almost, I'm getting closer and closer to 400,000 subscribers. So there's on all the platforms. So there's a lot of feedback I get. So it's so awesome to hear so many different ideas about a concept or a being. Like when I make a video about certain concepts, there's so many different opinions about it. Like when I made a video about Thoth, so many people have their own ideas of what is Thoth. You'll see many different ideas of what is Thoth. And then the Guardians, I guess, is just another idea of who Thoth is. But I resonate with these teachings. This is the truth from the unity point of view, from the Christ consciousness point of view. This is the true teachings. They're the ones that are bringing this message. So you could say maybe we're biased, but that's not how it works. You understand that there's many levels of psychic people here. These beings literally see what's happening. You can't bullshit propaganda when someone supernaturally, from your point of view, sees it. Sees that you're bullshitting. Sees that you're lying. You know, it's beyond speech or you're going to think it's telepathy. It's a connection. You have a connection to the unici. You know all, but we're in a process of remembering. As soon as we came into a time matrix, a hologram, as soon as we came into a hologram, we suddenly got this concept of time. It's not even real. Nothing was physical in here. Nothing's physical in here. It all is worlds generated for us. Like, it's all based on hologram technology. This is a hologram according to the Guardian teachings. This is our reality. All particles, but you have to put your understanding into the quantum. Like at a quantum level, there is nothing that's solid. A particle is not solid. You'll learn that it's frequency, it's vibrating. There is no solid objects. So you thought your whole life that you have to be physical to be real, that ghosts, spirits are not really real. What are they then? What the F are they if they're not real? Oh, I've never seen one. They're only in movies. Oh, okay, there we go. That's the problem. You don't have psychic abilities. You don't perceive, or you think it's all made up. You think it's a joke. But you don't only see these things in worlds and beings, angels, aliens, spirits, guides, anything like a avatar, a Janus, which is an ascended master. Chikas Masur. We're magnificent, holy ones. Say it with me. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. Wait a second. I got some interrupted message from YouTube about some agreement or something. But yeah, you guys, thank you for hanging with me. I know some of you guys are staying for a while. Appreciate you guys very much. I hope that you guys are not going to be suffering too long with your narcissist. I hope that you can get away from a narcissist, a vampire. What's this? Hey, Monster Queen. Good to see you, sister. Machiwa. So it's a beautiful spiritual journey, man. Bless all of you guys on your journey, because not everyone's going to understand, right? But we found each other, like in a community here at Christos Avatar. Bless all of you for being part of this. You know, you choosing the light. A light that's based on loving everything. That's like very rare. It's rare, you guys. Omni love. People, huh? You can't love everybody. You see what I'm saying? That vibration? This is very rare to have a system based on loving everything. I mean, people could say that for Hinduism or Buddhism, right? But they have these dark freaking gods that are cannibalizing humans and putting their severed limbs around as jewelry. Sick. Freaking dark shit. It was only symbolic. What's the difference? You realize symbols are power. You don't understand magic? How magic works? It's energy. It's life force energy. That which you say does not exist, people are using it. Whether you think it exists or not. So guess what? We don't need you to believe. I mean, those people who are so like stubbornly, I don't know, like they don't agree with something, they should just move on, but they stay around and try to cause misery. It's a hatred. It's definitely not a positive, loving, all type of energy. So, you're a good person. You're a loving person. You're in unity. You're in Christ consciousness. You don't understand how people couldn't be kind to each other, respect each other, love each other, see each other as equals. Well, they're not based on unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. They don't understand the inner Christos, your divine connection. They don't think humans are divine. They think you're horrible, guilty, sinful humans, inferior to these ET gods, claiming to be your creator gods. They did not create us. We were created by the Lyran, Syrian, Anuhazi, Oraphim, Blue Flame, Elohai. What's up, Azarites? What's up, angelic humans? What's up, Indigo child? You know that's the real deal. Those are the real families, the real lines. And there's the Holy Grail line. What's up, Indigos? Even Jeshua, Jesus was an Indigo child. Yep, we talk about God and Jesus, just not from that point of view. Okay, bless Jesus. Jesus rocks, man. But he didn't get sacrificed and blood ritual, No. I mean, Jesus had a mission. And Jeshua, the Guardians call him Jeshua, because he was actually an avatar. He's an avatar named Sananda. But when he came to Earth, he was called Jeshua Melchizedek. What's up, homie, Melchizedek? Who resonates with Melchizedek? Okay. We're all part of Melchizedek. If you think about it, it's Melchizedek that created this place. Had the blue flame, violet flame, gold flame. So we are populating this time matrix. We're the ones that brought our consciousness, our ascended master consciousness, projected here. That's how it started. Those beings are eternal. So they came in to create life in the hologram. So they go in the hologram, create life, but it's in a cycle. There's your lifetime cycle. There's planetary time cycles. There's first galactic time cycles, much greater ones. And then there's universal time cycles. And finally, there's cycles of the there's cosmic time cycles. So there will be a reset. That's what that does. When you go through one complete time cycle, it restarts. So part of that consciousness either graduated to the next dimension, or it failed and had to repeat school. Reincarnate. Because you didn't get your job done. You weren't responsible for your spiritual evolution. It's not that you're damned, but it's going to be a lot harder now for you to pass next time. You just get less and less. This is why this path, the fallen path, is called the path, or it leads to the destiny of sorrow. Self-destruction. Do you want to go into this unconscious oblivion, which leads to not remembering yourself because you deleted yourself? God can recycle something into new source energy. Just gets fragmented down to its base level, which is what? Here it's the particle units. Those are called ultra micro particles. They're the smallest thing in existence in the time matrix. It's all made of particle units, baby. This should be called, because it's called Keylontic science, which is based on kelons. But dude, kelons are made of the smaller particle units. So why isn't it called particle physics or something instead of Keylontic science, the kelon science? No, it's the particle science. And that even sounds cooler. Particles. Particle, particum. What's up, holy ones? We're all particle. Wow, that would be a lot of failing, right, Sarah? Well, that's like falling, because parts of the consciousness is falling into the lower level. Like if you're human and you fall, you're going to go into the plant or the elemental kingdom and human kingdom. And well, if you're a human, you would fell into the, like fairies, brownies, sprites. That's elemental. Or the plants would be the lowest level. So elementals, animals, and plants. So the animals are under elementals. So a fairy would be more powerful than an animal, and the animals are more powerful than plants. I say more powerful, I mean greater in DNA, greater in consciousness. And then there's the lowest level is the subatomic level, the atomic and subatomic, the quantum. Okay, so which is building everything else, which evolves into greater things, just like the particle unit. It coalesces and expands, gets bigger into something called particle strands. So now it's a strand of this consciousness forming together, and then these strands, particle strands, group together to make like a weave or a fabric of energy. So Particle units, Particle strands create something called Particle grids, these fabrics of energy. Okay, so the Particle grids are the ones that group together into kind of like coalescing or paper macheing, adding more, adding more, adding more. You're adding more, filling it out. You're filling it out. Machiwa. Blessings to all of you. So I like the energy, and it's a spiritual journey, a spiritual life. Like you get used to dealing with all these different types of multidimensional thinking, multidimensional seeing. Like life is not boring. It's not boring at all because you see all of this in the world differently than most people, because there's more. You see more, you perceive more, but you can't prove it to them. You can't show it to them. They have to figure it out on their own, or maybe they won't. They're just going to be, superficial about it. Only go the science route. They don't see the spiritual worlds. They're not going to acknowledge the spiritual worlds. But the spiritual worlds are more powerful than these worlds. They have no idea what reality is. They have some preconceived idea of we're this planet, or some people think now we're on flat Earth, whatever. They got this idea. A model of reality is in your head, maybe. But I like having a spiritual path. It's about evolving yourself, you guys. You go on a spiritual journey, you're evolving yourself. You're expanding. That's what ascension is. You're bringing more into your DNA, more consciousness. You're pulling in more and accelerating your ascension. And we know that we need to get together our strands of DNA for ascension. So we utilize and take advantage of what's available to us. In these teachings, you're going to learn how to run this energy, move it, make shifts. It's like we have access behind the matrix. We know how to program our reality. We are using our thoughts to create reality. Our thoughts create reality. My thoughts, your thoughts, that person's thoughts, all beings' thoughts are creating this reality. It is one level dimension higher than this reality. So your body is always lower one dimension than your spirit, than your consciousness. So your consciousness, your soul, the guardians call it your soul. Your soul is projecting itself into your world, but in pieces of 12 pieces. So one being projected 12 separate beings. Whoa, what a trip. It's all energy. It's all by DNA template. It's a divine, based on a divine blueprint. Okay, that's protected in the 12th dimension. So we're learning our parts. We're learning about the time matrix and the God worlds and all the life that lives here in different star systems, different planets. It's a menagerie of unidentified flying objects and alien beings and species and races. This is like big science fiction. Who loves Star Wars? Who loves Star Trek? Who likes this futuristic worlds? I mean, they started with Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon. stuff before I was born, but people were into science fiction. People wanted to know about aliens in other worlds. Why has that been in our consciousness? Even people who aren't so-called spiritual could have alien experience. They abduct people. There's something called contactees, abductees, which I will be making videos about. So, bless all of you on your Saturday night and hanging with me. I want to hug you, each and every one of you. Mwah. Fam. What's up, fam? Vatos. Gangsters. Gangsters in Christos. Christos gangsters, Holmes. What's up? We can have this camaraderie, kind of like people do in football games or sport games. They're cheering together in their camaraderie and their love for their team. We're loving the Christos, the Christ. What's up, Christos? Christos gangsters, Christos G's. Yeah, man. It's a group, man. And we can smile to know that you're not alone. There's legions of fallen angels, yes. But there are certainly some Christos G's in the house too. So it's not game over, okay? We're bringing our spiritual will, and we're creating kind of like the Ark of the Covenant was connecting you to a different reality system. We're going to be porting you out. You're going to a different reality for sure. It's all about temporal stargates. Okay, you're going through a doorway to a different world. Open the door and go through, and you will be in a new reality, a new body. Whoa. A new life. And when you're psychic, you can connect to these different realities, different selves, different times. You live in the past, present, and future, honey. What's up? You're a spiritual badass. Remember, you're made of 12 races. Okay, you know your heritage. What are the 12 races? The first two were Polarians and Hyperbornians. They were apparently created at the same time. So they're the ones that created Strand 1. And then the Lumerians, who developed on the continent called Mu. And then the Atlanteans. Atlantis, baby, what's up? Was real, a real place. Cool, yeah, the ancient Egyptians. They were a spiritual people. They were very wise. They're actually, according to these teachings, even in Voyagers 2, it talks about how the ancient Egyptians came out of that Atlantis. They're Atlantean, period. They're part of the Atlantean families. And so it's the root race, the Atlanteans. Root races are part of it's the DNA of the race that's combining with other races. So that's why the human race, man, it's crazy, is made of 12 races. So you're a spiritual badass. Makaya. We don't act like it, and we don't particularly remember it all, but we definitely got it. The capacity within us, if we just remembered I'll keep fighting the good fight, like I won't give up, I won't compromise, I'll just stick to my conviction, stand strong in the Christos. Yeah, it's getting time, you guys. I'll be probably finishing up this live. Just know that Tuesday is going to be a special live. Please contact Indigo Wizard or Celine or myself if you want to be talking on the Zoom meeting on Tuesday. It's going to be a unique type of live. I'm going to have people meet up on Zoom meeting, and one at a time I want to interview people. It's not like an interview. It's more of letting you talk about your experience. So I'll have people talking about their spiritual experience. As long as they follow respectful rule guidelines, like just be respectful. Don't say anything with hate or something extreme like that. Because even YouTube has rules about that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. I don't see there being a problem, but I'm just saying that up front. We would love to hear you guys' story, even if it's just for a couple minutes. If you just want to describe some stuff, and maybe you just want to ask some questions, you can ask questions too. So I'll be happy to see you guys on Tuesday. I'm still working on videos, and I got a couple in the works. I love you guys. Blessings to all of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Hugs and kisses. Who's online? Who's still here? Woohoo! Well, I am on Pacific time, 6 p.m. So that might be two hours later. Because there's Mountain Time, then Central Time, right? So, yeah, 2 hours later. So, it should be 8 p.m. your time. So, we got C in the house. How do I know I am receiving a sign, message from the universe and not the matrix? Do I just rely on my intuition? Now, there seems to be some confusion here. Because the time matrix is all the universes. The time matrix is it's bigger than just one universe. The time matrix itself is made of 5 universes. This is why you can call it a multiverse, because that's more than one. And so each universe has 3 dimensions. The first universe is 1 through 3, dimensions 1 through 3. The second universe, dimensions 4, 5, 6. The third universe, dimensions 7, 8, 9. The fourth universe, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, it's a multi-dimensional consciousness, and you're going to be living in all these different levels of yourself. And you start to remember those parts. I remember some of those parts. And it's like humbling. It's like hard to believe that you could actually see these things, man. Either in meditation or plant medicine, But anyways, I know it's always hard for me to say goodnight, but that's the way some indigos roll. So thank you for your patience for me. How do I know I'm receiving sign from the universe? So a universe is the matrix, part of the matrix. So maybe your question is really, what do you think the matrix is? I'm just curious, right? Because some people maybe think it's just like a computer program or like virtual reality, but it's an actual reality Brandy says, remember, remember, remember. Thank you, Brandy. Helena's getting more lit. You crazy loca. Helena loca. No, she just wants to feel good. All right, you guys. Bless all of you. I hope you enjoyed some of tonight. I have had to humble oneself from the Akash to reliquary, I can't say that, of confines to quarantine in this lifespan, has boundaries to keep gravitas or veritas in check. Thank you for sharing, Holy One. So many interesting beliefs and backgrounds, right? Blessings, good night to you too, Holy One, Kilua. That's a cool name. I like your name. Don't get out, brother. Banned on YouTube. Oh, no. I always pray for that too, to be protected. And, you know, the rules are reasonable. And I would say they're the least censored ones. I mean, obviously, their little trick with the Wikipedia attachments to your videos that they think are not, they don't want out. So they think, you know, people are used to those things now. They don't care, right? They'll decide for themselves. I hope you guys decide for yourselves. Machua. It makes my mouth dry, right? Bless all of you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And we had a good time. I talked a lot about the main topic. And then we had an after party. So bless all of you. I love you very much. Group hug. Yeah. And we're going to have a party. We're going to have a international get-together eventually. And we're just going to jam. And there will be dancing involved. Like, you're going to actually party. We're going to party. Yeah. Will it be only vegan? I don't know. Maybe. Most likely. But maybe we can offer meat for meat lovers. But we have a lineup of DJs, all kinds of Starseed jams, baby. Bless all of you. We'll even have Starseed sex. You guys, no, I do astral. Did you say astral? Or something else? But you know, astral is they say lower astral is not good. Your lower astral. Well, there is something called disembodied consciousness in the lower astral. So that's why there is some distortion there. But just be mindful of that when you're exploring the astral. All right, you guys. We should hang out sometime. What's up? Let's go for a ride. Let's go to downtown Strip. Las Vegas Boulevard, baby. We'll go to Trump Tower. Actually, probably not, but something else. The Excalibur. The New York. The Bellagio. The Venice Beach. No, it's not Venice Beach, but it's the Venice, right? Venetian, man. And then they got the Pyramid one. Wow, what's it really? You know, for them it's a dark symbol. But we don't play that. Yeah, there's some dark shit in Vegas, but there's some good, okay stuff there too. All right, you guys. So, bless you on your journey. I hope you have some lucid dreams, homies. And I'll see you soon. And I want to go to Drum Circle soon. And can't wait to the next big one. You guys take it easy. I'll talk to you later. I hope to see some of you on the camera for the first time. We'll see what each other looks like. I'll get to see what you look like. Remember, you don't have to use camera if you opt out of that. That's cool. Love you guys. Shara ure akuntan. Shara ure akuntan. Shara ure akuntan. I am Christar. I am Christar. I am Christar. Yes, you are. And so it is. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. It's this powerful affirmation. Say it regularly. Say it a few times a day if you want. Whatever you feel like. Peace and joy. Omni Christos love. Much love and respect. Much love, homies. Shaddai Ude Akuntan. Bless you. Good night. Until next time. Party on. Party on. Yeah, baby. That was good. Was it good for you? It was good for me. Yeah.